You were like, who are these people? This is not my team.
No worries. All right, guys. Hey, everybody. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Taylor. I am a double diamond. My ambassador upline is Ali Antonacci. Courtney, I feel like, is your ambassador Ali?
Mm-mm.
No? Okay. I don't know how I know you or how I came across.
I don't know.
I don't know, but I love you and I love your high energy. And I'm super excited to hear from her because everything that she's going to talk about today, I know I need to hear it. But just a little background on me for those of you who don't know me. I joined in March of 2017, 2 days before I moved from Michigan to California. I didn't know anybody, and I didn't even have a job set up. So I was like, well, hopefully this works out. I found a job right away, and then I promoted to Ruby. And then that summer in 2017, I got engaged. I got what I thought was going to be like my dream job. It was a volunteer position at the time. And I went through it. And about 6 months later, realized that that was not my dream job. It was not what I thought it was going to be. And so when that ended, oh, you guys, at this time I had quit It Works. I forgot to say that. I quit It Works, like turned everything off. I didn't deactivate, but like I wasn't paying for anything. I wasn't doing anything, okay? So this position ended and I was like, crap, that's not what I want to do. And what am I going to do with my life? And then I was like, oh yeah, it works. I should probably I don't know, maybe look at my pay portal. I opened up my pay portal, you guys, after I don't know, 8 months of not doing anything. And I had gotten paid every single month that I wasn't even working because I still had customers ordering from me. And that is like my biggest regret in this business is quitting for that time period because who knows where I would have been, if I hadn't done that. But wouldn't have known, that what I thought was going to be my dream job wasn't my dream job. So it all worked out. Since May of what year is it?
2019, so May of last year.
So May of 2018, I started this business up again, basically from scratch. And I promoted to diamond in December. Then my husband got to diamond in March. And then I went double in April. And we're going to talk, you guys, today about losing rank, but staying excited and just the ups and downs of the business. And because I know right now, my team, we're kind of going through a slower period, but I know what's to come in the next few months is going to be huge and it's just going to change the game. So I'm really excited for this Zoom. Courtney, why don't you introduce yourself because my team has no idea who you are and talk a little bit about why you joined It Works and your story.
Yeah, sorry, I was writing down. I was trying to figure out dates of certain things so I could kind of share. So that's what I was just doing. And I'm trying to figure out when everything happened. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll just play it by ear. So hi, everyone. My name is Courtney. I am a double diamond. I've been in the business for about 3.5 years, which is really nuts because I feel like I just started. I'm 24. I am engaged. I live in North Carolina. I was born in Wisconsin, lived there my entire life. And then my fiance and I were like, let's just pick up and move to North Carolina. So we did. And it is something I was so eternally grateful for because I was not having to worry about jobs or money or anything. I was like, when do you want to go? Let's go. So it was really cool to just be able to do that. But when I started, so I'll take you back in high school. I had started working with another network marketing company of sorts. I was selling makeup and I got to the top 2% of the company, found out that the company was not as great as I thought it was. I was making money off of my entire team going into debt, off of inventory, and I was expected to be outside of my house and other people's houses 4 to 5 times a week. And let me tell you, that is not fun. It is very awkward showing up in other people's houses, and it just was not my thing. So when I left that company, I was over $10,000 in debt from their inventory, and I had sworn off the network marketing industry as a whole, okay? So I had just decided that I was I'm not doing it. I'm not going to be scammed. I'm not going to scam other people, because I had felt like my entire business was a lie, because when I got to top 2%, it was like this floodgate opened of all this stuff that I didn't realize. And it was just like not the greatest thing. Okay. So one of my customers from that business is my enroller. She's no longer with the company, but she enrolled me. And I had watched her post for so long and talk about all this money she was making and all this money that other people were making. And she actually she was posting about a BOGO wrap deal for customers, okay? And I started talking to her about that, and she was like, wait, do you still do X company? And I said, no, I'm not with them anymore. And she's like, okay, well, you're going to join my team. And I was like, yeah, not happening. She's like, well, I'm coming to pick you up tomorrow. We're going to go get Starbucks. Half hour in, I had already researched, before I got to Starbucks, I had researched how to go Ruby. I researched all of this stuff. Like, I was ready to go. And I got there and I was like, I'm not joining. And she was like, you literally were up messaging me until 2 a.m. asking me questions about this. Like, don't even try to lie to me right now. So long story short, I joined on the spot. Don't know how my card went through. I overmaxed out a credit card. I was $15,000 in debt, without a car, no career, whatever. I was working all the dang time at a bridal shop, hating my life. It was miserable. Okay. I had no freedom, no money, no nothing. I joined in April of 2016, and I was terrified. Okay. I was that person that was like, oh yeah, like, let's do this. I'm so ready to go. And I would post like once a week. And I was like, no, I got this. Like, I'm coming back in. We got this. We're going to make it work. But I was so afraid of actually putting myself out there and actually putting the work in, because I didn't want to, A, get judged, and B, I didn't want to let myself down by putting all that effort in and failing. So my first question to you is, are you actually like going all in? Are you actually doing everything you need to be doing for your promotion? So just think about that. And I don't want you to answer like anything that I ask you. I'm not trying to embarrass you. I'm not trying to make you feel bad. I just really want you to think about your business and what you're truly doing. So April of 2016, I started, and I didn't really do a whole lot, okay? I had not done really anything. I had one distributor put underneath me, and I signed one girl who was actually on my team from my previous company. And it took me, that's what I was trying to figure out. It took me a year and 4 months to go executive. And I, again, didn't do anything, okay? I had went to conference in 2017, and I was like, oh, this is going to change everything. But let me tell you, my brain was not ready to be changed. Like, I was not ready to push myself. So nothing really happened. And then I went to conference again in 2018, because everyone kept telling me, like, no, if you're ready for a conference, will change your life, whatever, like, you have to go. So I went, got home from conference. I was an executive, not maintaining, I was a distributor. So let me tell you, losing rank is a thing. It happens. Not a lot of people talk about it, but it's a thing. Doesn't mean you suck. Doesn't mean that the business is failing. It's life, okay? Even like Starbucks has better months than the other, okay? If they had ranks, I'm sure they would lose ranks too. You don't suck. It's just the way the world works. So January of last year at conference, they announced some bonus. I don't remember. It was an emerald bonus. I know that. And I was not even maintaining executive, okay? So I was like, all right, like, I'm going to go emerald. I'm going to make it happen. January didn't happen. February didn't happen. March 1st, they extended it, and I was like, no, forget it. Like, we're making it happen. So at the end of February, I was still only maintaining distributor, was not even maintaining executive. The end of February was maintaining distributor. By the end of March, I double promoted to Ruby and Emerald on the same day. So I was Ruby for like an hour, then went Emerald. And then 3 months later, went Diamond. 3 months later, went Double Diamond. So basically it was like, made the decision to actually start working. 8 months later was a Double Diamond. So 8 months from now, I don't care if you have 0 volume, you can be a Double Diamond or higher. So like, take all those limiting beliefs off yourself. So because of It Works, I am now completely debt-free, which is crazy. I never thought I'd get out of debt. Retired, which is nuts. I'm planning my dream wedding, and it's really cool to plan my wedding and not be like, okay, well, I can't afford steak, so maybe we'll just do chicken. Like, not that that's bad, but it's really cool to just be like, no, I want this, so that's what we're going to do. And it's really cool to have those options. And something that I want to share, that you never know what's going to come in your life. You never know what's going to happen in the future that you're going to need this business, when I started 3.5 years ago, I was living in Wisconsin. My grandpa was perfectly healthy, okay? About a month ago, well, it was about a month and a half ago, my mom called me and she said, hey, grandpa's not doing well. I think you should come home. And you know what's really, really cool is I didn't need to ask off. I didn't need to check for the best flight. I literally booked a flight, the next flight from here to Milwaukee. It was $400 for a one-way ticket. And I was there for 2 weeks because I could. I was there every single day with my grandpa for his last week. I was there with my family planning his funeral, doing all those things, not because it was fun for me to plan my grandpa's funeral when a year ago he was perfectly healthy, but I was able to because I had put the work in previously. And if I was still working a full-time job, I had cousins that literally were home for like 12 hours for the funeral, and that was it. One of my cousins literally got out of the airport when he went back home and took an Uber from the airport to work. Guys, I took 2 weeks off after my grandpa because my grandpa was my everything. And I was able to. Did my business take a little bit of a hit for it? Yeah, but that's okay because I am able to because I'm my own boss. So you never know what can happen in life. Didn't mean to like bring the mood down, but I just want you guys to know like life is going to happen. It's okay if you take time off. I mean, your business is going to suffer. I'm not going to tell you that you can take 2 weeks off and nothing's going to happen. Okay. It's going to happen. However, you have that freedom. So if any of you still work a full-time job, there's a 0% chance I could walk into my boss and be like, hey, I'm going to leave tomorrow, be gone for 2 weeks. And then when I get back, I'm still not going to work for another 2 weeks. So I'm just going to have a month off. So that's cool, right? Okay, cool. Like that's not how the world works, but that's what you have at your fingertips here. So that was my super long, intense story.
No, thank you so much for sharing that. I actually want to share something like that too.
Yeah.
So, okay, like she said, life is going to happen. And I hear so many leaders say every 6 months something is going to happen that you just didn't expect, and you're going to realize why this business was placed in your life. And, you know, last year when I had finished my volunteer position and I was like, I don't like this. That was something that was so unexpected where I was like, well, thank God that I have this, because we were planning our wedding at that time and we were trying to pay for it in cash, and like our savings was just going down and down and down. And there was the reason that I was like, oh my gosh, like it works, is in my back pocket. Why am I not doing this? Was because I had to tell my roommate, hey, I'm going to be late for rent. And that was so embarrassing for me. And then that was that like 6 months. And then, you know, life goes by, we have the wedding, it's all great. And then we're back. So then the next year, this is in March now, I had promoted to Diamond. My husband had just promoted to Diamond. My husband's father passed away in March. And you guys, I mean, I don't know if anybody's lost a father, like a parent or anything, but I never thought I was going to have to go through that at this age. But what, like before a year ago, if that had happened and we took off the amount of time that we did from work, we would have had to pull from our savings to just pay rent. Like rent in California, you guys, it's not cheap. It's rough. And because of this business, we were able to take as much time as we needed to just say, hey, we can take the week. Like, we don't need to go back. If you don't want to go back yet, you don't have to. Like, we're not struggling because I could still do this. And we had that extra income, you guys. And, you know, Courtney is retired and she's a double diamond, but I'm a double diamond and I still work a full-time job. So for those of you who maybe really like your job, you can still work a full-time job while doing this business. I know people who have promoted to double diamond or to presidential diamond and still worked a full-time job. So I just wanted to add that in. Every 6 months, something truly does happen that you are not expecting, and you'll realize why this business was placed in your life. Because some of you might be here right now and you're like, I don't know why this business fell into my lap. What am I doing? Like, but there will come a time. Okay. So Courtney, what is the biggest or most important thing that you've learned so far in the business? You've been in it for 2 years?
3.5 years I've been in. So I have learned a lot. Okay. This might sound really dumb, but I feel like what I've learned and what has impacted me in my business the most is to be 100% honest and transparent with myself. Okay. So like for the first year and a half, I had these really big goals, but my work ethic was not matching my goals. Now, no goal is too big if your work ethic matches it. However, if you're like, okay, I am a distributor right now, but I'm going to go diamond this month, and you're like, but I'm only going to post once every 2 days. I'm going to send out 10 messages this month. Not going to happen. But if you are working as if you're already diamond, like it's a done deal, you're getting the stuff done, you're putting the work in, day out, putting extra time in, all of this stuff, there are no goals too big. But you need to be so honest with yourself about where you are, what you're doing, and like how much effort are you really putting in? How much effort, like what do you truly deserve? Okay. When someone once said to me, if Mark Pentecost was at your house, would he be proud of what you did today? And there are so many days, even as a double diamond, that I'm like, nope, no chance. So if you work as if Mark could fire you, you're going to work a whole lot different. Now, Mark is not going to fire you, I promise you, but you need to be very honest and with yourself about what you're doing. Like personal development is such a big thing in this business. And I watched a Zoom with Ashley Mayfield, and she was like, if you only read one book in the past year, why the heck do you think you deserve $10,000 a month? If you're not willing to pour into your brain, why are you going to have your bank account poured into? Not going to happen. You need to continually grow and continually do more and push yourself and be better and do more. And yeah, we'll keep talking about other things, but that's what I'm going to say. That's what I learned. That's what most is important to me.
I love it. Okay. So, let's say that somebody's going for Ruby or Diamond or whatever, and they're saying like month after month, okay, I'm going to go Ruby this month. I'm going to go Ruby this month. And they're just not getting it. Mm-hmm. Or they were Emerald last month and then they've lost rank all summer. Like, why does this happen? Can you just talk about?
Yeah. So if you have ever lost rank or pushed for the same promotion more than 1 month in a row, I want you to put a 1 in the chat, including myself. Okay. You are not alone. You are not terrible at this business. You are not needing to quit. Like, the world is not ending. Everything is not falling apart. Okay. It is life. It is how it happens. Okay. Am I going to tell you why it happens? No, because I don't really have an answer to it. However, if you are not, when this is happening, you need to take a real hard look at yourself and what you're doing. Have you truly been putting in all the work you need to? Probably not. Have you truly been doing all the things, reading all the books, doing all the things? And I had a person on my team call me out yesterday, and she said, you are not the person you used to be when you were pushing for a promotion. And I was like, I know. And it's really hard to hear that and to accept that and to feel that, but it's true. And you need to know what it is. What do you need to promote? What do you need? If you don't know what you need, I'm going to tell you right now, you're not promoting. Point blank. If you don't know how much BB you need and how many distributors, it's not happening. Don't care what you say. I don't care how many messages you send. If you don't know what you need, it's not happening. So you need to figure out what you need first off, and then break it down into daily tasks. Okay. So like if you're like, girl, I need 10,000 BV. Cool. People have done it in a day. But how are you going to split that up? Because if you say every single day, oh, I need 10,000 this month, you're going to think, okay, I'll do that tomorrow. So instead, okay, I need to get 1 customer a day or like 100 BV a day or whatever, just so you have something to work towards. But also, you can't determine what is going to come back. You can only determine your actions. So like for me, like I like to send out 100 messages a day. That is my goal every single day. My non-negotiable is at least 50, but I want to send out 100 messages a day. So if I don't do that, I know that things aren't going to happen the way that I want them to, because I'm not working towards it. And it's so easy if So say last month you were pushing for Ruby and you missed it. It's so easy for you today to be like, yeah, here I go. I'm going to go Ruby. But in the back of your mind, you're like, didn't hit it last month. What's going to be different this month? So 99% of the time that happening is because you're in your head already telling you it's not happening. As far as losing rank. So if you're brand new and you're like, what does that mean, losing rank? Don't stress yourself out about it. It happens. But what I'm going to tell you, to those that have lost rank and are trying to get it back, there are 2 things that you're doing to sabotage yourself. 1, if you consistently tell yourself, oh, I have to rebuild. I have to rebuild another person. No, you're just building. You're always going to be building, okay? Stop telling yourself that you have to rebuild something. You're just building another one. Who cares? Do you know how many stupid diamonds I've built? A crap ton. That doesn't mean I have to rebuild another one. No, I'm just building. That's my job. You just have to build people. You have to help people. That's your job. But the second thing is, if you're so focused on, oh, I just want to re-get my rank back, let me tell you, you are not excited about that. Because you've been there, done that. If you've already been diamond and you're like, oh, I just want to re-maintain emerald, that is not exciting. That is not exciting because you have already been above that. You have already been there. So instead of being like, oh, I just want to maintain this, focus on the next thing. And by pushing for that, you will maintain, but you're going to be excited to get to the next level. So I was going to say that. But if you lose rank, if you're going after the same promotion time and time again, don't stress yourself out. That's the biggest thing. Okay, next question.
I love that. I just wrote, stop saying rebuild, just build, and stop telling yourself to maintain. So I've been telling my team a lot this summer that, we have to push through this summer and this fall because, first of all, we have green carpet coming this month, which is going to be huge. You know that they're going to announce something crazy.
Massive.
And then through the holidays, you have to keep pushing because right after the holidays is conference, right, which brings a whole nother type of boom.
This is the greatest thing in the world.
Yeah, so I keep telling my team, like, just keep going, just keep going, just keep pushing. Like, what is going to come in the next 6 months it's just going to be gigantic. So can you talk to them a little bit about that and, like,
yeah,
why I'm telling them that?
Yeah, so here's what I'm going to say you first off. I'm kind of going to contradict what you said, and I hope you don't get mad at this, but I'm going to do it anyways. I'm a very strong red, so, like, people get offended really easily, but I'm not trying to offend people. The fall and the summer does not have to be bad, okay? Doesn't have to be bad. I promoted to diamond a year ago yesterday. Promoted to double a year ago, October 31st, Halloween, okay? The fall and summer does not need to be bad unless you tell yourself, oh, it's back to school season. No one wants to buy my products. No one wants to join my team. No, you're just telling yourself that. That is not true. But if you want to go ahead and tell yourself that, that's fine. I'll take care of your customers and distributors. A-okay, so don't stop, okay? Just first off, stop. But you do need to keep your excitement really high. And you guys, like, January through April. Sorry, my dad keeps calling me. I just texted him. January through April is massive. Massive, you guys. But you know what? Even though those months are crazy and big and so many exciting things are coming, there's going to be 2 exciting things announced tonight. It is the start of a month. There's no reason why you can't go from 0 to emerald this month, okay? In the month of October, when I went double diamond, we increased our volume 8,000 in 1 month. That is a full emerald volume in a month. It's not, you don't have to, like, stop telling yourself, oh, I just have to wait for January. I have to wait for my breakthrough. I have to wait for my moment. I have to wait for whatever. No, make that happen now. Make it happen now. Stop telling yourself you have to wait for the next thing. You have to wait for these big bonuses, whatever. Take what you have and run. And you need to keep the excitement going, because if you don't have seeds planted, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to burst your bubble. January through April is going to suck just as much as this month does if you're not planting seeds. So if August sucked for you and you're like, oh, I'm just going to kind of like lay low for January because that's the boom season, guess what? If you lay low, January is going to be just as sucky as the first one. So you have to keep going through it. So yeah, that's what I'm going to say.
Thank you. I need to hear that. Oh my God. Thank you so much. Okay. So, I want to know, you've been double diamond for a while. How do you keep your excitement? What do you do daily to keep yourself pumped up and your team pumped up?
So I'm a firm believer that motivation is fleeting and you can never, ever, 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 ever motivate someone. So if you have to wait for your motivation to be here, you're never going to be motivated. You're never going to do anything, and you're going to be a lazy piece of poop. Doesn't do anything for the rest of your life. So you need to be like disciplined. You need to be like, okay, if you've never listened to, by the way, the 5-second rule by Mel Robbins, I'll put it in the chat. You need to listen to that right now. And it's just, you just need to make yourself do it. Okay. And you have to do something for 21 days in a row and it becomes a habit. But if you write out your list the night before about what you want to get done the next day is going to be a lot easier, because when you have a couple seconds, you're going to be like I was on a Zoom with someone right before this and I was like, hey, I'm going to get my following done because I have like 5 minutes before it starts. Because I had my list, I knew what I needed to do. So I was like, cool, I can cross that off real quick. But if I'm like, okay, wait, what should I do? What is my list? What should I be doing? It's a lot harder. So with my mindset, because I think, in my opinion, this business is 90% your mind. If your mind sucks, your business sucks. Your business sucks, your paycheck sucks. So your paycheck is going to come from your mind. So you have to remember that. Like, if what you were thinking, here, I heard this from Jocelyn Yates, I think. But she said, if everything you were thinking and writing happened, would you be happy? If everything you were thinking about and journaling came to fruition, would you be happy? 99% of the time, your answer is going to be no. Because a lot of times my mind sucks, but you need to realize that your mind is sucking at that moment. You need to capture it and then flip-flop it. So like if your mind is thinking, gosh, I can't enroll anyone. Well, that's not true because you enrolled people last month. Or gosh, no one wants to buy these products. Well, that's not true because so-and-so just got a customer. So your mind is lying to yourself. So what I do in the mornings, I wake up and I read my Bible, which is in my room. But it's like a Bible split up into daily things because I've always wanted to read through the Bible, but I was like, the way it's organized does not make sense to me. So this is like chronological. So it's like from start to finish. And I just read that. And then I do my journaling, and I journal as if my dream life is happening currently. That's how I journal. Then I say my affirmations, and then I just start doing things. Okay. So you just have to figure out, like, I always say, do your least favorite thing first. So like if you hate messaging, get your messages done and out of the way first. If you hate friend requests or whatever, like, figure it out. But also you need to take your excuses off the table. So if you're like, oh my God, I'm so busy. I work a full-time job and I have 6 million kids and we have 6 million dogs. And also I really need to watch The Bachelor. So like, that's really important. I have to do that. Like, I don't care what the heck your day is. When I worked full-time, when I was going Emerald, you guys, I woke up at 5 a.m. and did power hours. And let me tell you, I hate mornings. 5 a.m. and me are not friends. We should never see each other. Okay. We do not get along. However, I did that every day. So from 5 to 7. So I did like a double power, or 5 to 7 I worked, took a 10-minute nap, got ready, went to work, got home at 6, made dinner, went to the gym, got home about 8:30, and then I was up till 11:30. Went to bed. I got 5.5 hours of sleep for the whole month of March. Well, let me tell you, at the end of the month, I didn't care. I wasn't like, oh, I really wish I got an extra hour of sleep every night. No, I don't care. Sleep, figure it out. Like, you can sleep when you're dead. So we're going to go with that. So get your list done. But then I also, during the day, when I work out, I listen to a YouTube training video. So I use the app called Musi. I'll type it in the chat. And it is an app that lets you listen to a YouTube video if you're even without YouTube open. So I listen to that while I'm working out. And then I read a chapter from a book every single night right before I go to bed. And then I meditate and go to bed. So that is what I do as far as my mindset, which I feel like is most important. 99% of leaders' 6 list is going to be exactly the same. There's no magic list. There's no magic script. There's no magic thing to do. It's just doing it. And if you're saying, oh, no one says yes to me, you're not sending enough messages. You're not talking to enough people. Point blank.
Can you
it is what it is.
Can you tell us what's on your list? What do you do every day?
Oh, yeah, sorry. I post 3 times a day, every single day, once about the business, once about the products, once about the business opportunity. I do not post more than 1 hour. Like, I post at 9:30. I'm not going to post again until at least 10:30. But usually I do like breakfast, lunch, dinner. I interact for 10 minutes a day on both Facebook and Instagram. I follow about 100 people on Instagram, if not more. Add 10 friends or more on Facebook. Send out 100 messages. First half of the month, I send out distributor messages, like potential distributor messages. Second half of the month, I do host-to-post messages. I do self-development. I do following up. What am I missing? I think that's it. Oh, and I post on my stories all the dang time. But that's it.
Where would you say you sign most of your people? Like story, haps?
Distributors are from messages. But also, and I don't want this to like irritate people, but a lot of my distributors come to me. But that's because I've built my following. So it's not like that has always been that way. But and then 99% of my customers come from host to post. A few come from my post, but so many of them are from host to post. So if you're telling yourself host post isn't working, it's because you're not working. Sorry, it does work. It's still working for a lot of people. You're just not doing enough of it. So, yeah.
Can you explain how you do host the post? Is there anything specific that you do? Do you like use pictures? Do you still use the text? Do you ask people?
What I do, I message for host to post 99% of the time. I have never, ever had them put pictures up. I just have not found it helpful. I recently have been using, like, when you search Instagram font generator, because if you have anything that says weight loss, model, hair, stuff, like anything like that, skinny, whatever, like, the Facebook algorithm is going to make it not show. So you have to use those fonts to, like, differentiate it. And I also recommend using color backgrounds. But I mean, I just put a results picture in the comments. Something that I do that I found really helpful, and I don't know if this is something that you guys have heard of. If you've never done it, I learned it from someone, I don't remember who, but I will go back. So like, I'll probably do it tomorrow. I'll go back to every single person that hosted a post for me in July or August. What month are we in? September. So hosted a post for me in August. I'll go back and message them, be like, hey, this is super weird and probably really random, but I know you posted for me last month. You just like copy and pasted and you had all these comments. I just want you to know, like, that's literally all I do. Would you be interested in more info about how I make money doing that? I've gotten so many potentials from just reaching out to people, and they're like, wait, yeah, you're right. Like, you made money from this. Like, you made money from me posting. I'm like, yeah, I did. And if people's posts are like blowing up, like I had one person whose post had like 70 comments, and I was like, hi, you should be doing this. And she was like, no, that's okay. And I was like, no, literally, like, you have 35 customers, like, just chill in here. And she was like, no, I'm okay. And I was like, huh. But don't be afraid to message people, because like so many times people are like, oh yeah, like tell me more. And I'm like, oh okay, great. End every single message in a comment or in a question. When I message for distributors, I switched it to, instead of like, would extra money help you? Is that something you're interested in? Have you ever, whatever, I just say, can I send you more info? Because that's a lot easier for people to say yeah than like, would extra money help you? Because everyone's like, duh, like, yeah, obviously, but like, they're whatever. So people are usually more open to it if you say, can I send you more info?
Yeah. So. And if you ask, like, would extra money help you? Some people are like, it makes them feel like, oh my God, are you calling me broke?
Yeah. Yeah. It's just like if you ask someone, hey, like, are you trying to lose weight? They're like, you call me fat? Excuse me.
Right.
Like, oh, no, I'm not. Sorry.
Yep. And you guys, something that she probably does is she probably doesn't use scripts for her host to post, and that's why they're working. She's making them up on her own. Okay. So when you guys are doing host to post, quit
you have to switch them up. You cannot, if you see a host post from someone else, if you copy and paste it, first off, you're not only screwing yourself, but you're screwing that person. So, and it's the same thing with regular posts too. If you copy and paste word for word, emoji for emoji, your post is not going to be seen. And guess what? The person you copied it from is no longer going to be seen either. So you just shot both of yourselves in the foot. So just remember that.
Yeah. Okay, so why don't you just end us with like some vision casting, like, you know,
Yeah.
of everything.
Yeah. So I just want you guys to know, like, and to think about it, like, there is so much coming. There is so much in the works. Our corporate team is incredible. They are constantly working on so many new things for us. And you guys, if you need to understand that you have your hands on gold here, you really, really do. And like, if you don't push it, like if you're not pushing hard, you're screwing yourself over, you guys, because Cheyenne Knox last year, I believe it was January or February, had a paycheck of $200. 9 months later, her paycheck was $24,000. $24,000. So if she can do that, why can't you? If I can go from 0 to double diamond in 8 months, why can't you? If my team could get an extra 8,000 volume in a month, why can't you go Ruby this month? What are you telling yourself? What are you doing to yourself? And I tell my team so many times, like, are you sabotaging your business? Not that I'm trying to be mean, but like, is your brain cutting off all the action you're doing? Would you be happy? Would you ever tell anybody on your team what you tell yourself? Most likely you wouldn't. Most likely you would not. So stop doing that, and stop telling yourself that you can't do things. Stop telling yourself you're not good enough. Stop telling yourself you're not pretty enough, you're not skinny enough, you're not followed enough, you're not this, you're not this, you're not that. Who cares? You are you. That is enough. That is all you need to be. You are made for so much more than the life you have. There's no reason why every single person in here cannot go Ruby or higher this month. Literally. I've told my team literally every single month, at the end of the month, they hear me say it every month, there's going to be someone that joins tomorrow that goes Ruby this month. Why aren't you? People have gone diamond in 9 days. And that was when it was even harder. So why are you telling yourself you can't do it? Why are you telling yourself, well, host to post doesn't work, so I can't do it? Why are you telling yourself that no one wants to join your team, that no one wants to buy your products, that no one buys more than Fat Fighters? Well, do you tell them about more? But also, this is something that I am so, like, I believe in so strongly. If you have a hard time selling the products, you don't believe in them yourself. If you have a hard time having people join your team, you do not believe in the vision of this business. You do not, like, you need to, if you don't believe in the products, you're not going to sell the products. If you don't believe in the business, you're not going to have people join your team. But also, if you don't know where your distributors are going and how to train them, you're not going to sign them, because you're going to be like, well, they're just going to join and they're going to be screwed because I don't know what I'm doing. So figure that out. Figure out your mind. That is the biggest thing I can tell you, is figure out your mind. If your mind sucks, your paycheck sucks. We all join to make money. You guys, you should be getting weekly bonuses every single week. Guys, those are not just made for the leaders. That's for everyone. Guys, my biggest weekly bonus check was $900 in a week. And that wasn't even doubled. Like, we didn't even have double fast rates, which we don't have right now. But you guys, there's so much money on the table. Stop leaving it there. Would you leave just like $1,000 chilling on a table if you were like, oh, it's right there, but I'm going to walk away. I'm just going to leave it. No, stop leaving the money on the table, you guys. This business can do so much for you if you just believe in yourself and you just work for it. So stop doing things for 2 days and being like, oh, well, I want to eat ice cream and watch Bachelor in Paradise. Cool, I don't care if you do that, but then send messages while you're doing it. Figure out what you need to do and do the dang thing. Just do it. That's it, because I'm going to start yelling at people and people will be like, oh my God, she's so mean. I'm not mean. I'm just fed, okay? I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
I needed you to yell at me, so thank you. This is exactly what I needed to hear tonight. I am going to go get my triple chart, and I'm going to go fill it in. Thank you so much.
You are so welcome.
Can you tell me what that app is that you can listen to YouTube with it not being open?
Yeah, I can try to pull it up on my phone. It's called Musi.
I typed it in and I can't.
It looks like this.
Got it. Thank you.
MUSI. Yeah, you're so welcome. Thank you guys so much for having me. I hope it was helpful. Hope you guys weren't offended. I'm just a very strong red, but I just have so much belief in the company and in you guys. And just keep going for it. Just like consistently go for it. Stop letting yourself get like talked out of things. Stop listening to people telling you can't do it, because you can and you will. And if anyone needs anything, like never be afraid to reach out to me or any other leaders. Like we don't bite. We're here to help. So I love you all, and I hope it was helpful.
Yes, I will put this recording on my YouTube and I'll send it to you, Courtney, right away.
Perfect.
Family call is it's 7 o'clock my time. It's 9 o'clock Central. So be sure to get on it. It's Mark Pentecost. His Facebook page, he goes live. I just heard there's going to be 2 big announcements. So I'm super excited. So I'll see you guys on that. All right. See you guys.